Goodness freaking gracious, 2022 is already over with? Man, goodness God, it's like me watching the episode of Spy X Family where I watched the show for like 10 minutes, then I decided to look down on my phone for like 5 minutes perusing YouTube, Twitter, and Rule 34. Then when I look back up at my TV, the episode's already over with. That's how 2022 has felt for me. It's like, come on now. And now I have to rewind and watch Yor do some cool assassin housewife bullshit and watch Lloyd try to figure out what the fuck Anya is talking about. But enough about that. That's neither here or there right now, ladies and gents, because I actually really do love Spy X Family. Anywho, my name is Malcolm, also known as Baytuh, and I'm here to share to all of you my top 10 games of 2022. A year where Microsoft is trying to buy Activision Blizzard, but the CMA or the CCA and the FTC and the KKK and Sony is trying to block their transaction, and Elden Ring and Bill Clinton winning Game of the Year at the Keeleys. Video games in 2022, ladies and gents, has been very interesting, but there have been plenty of bangers in my personal opinion. And I'm here to tell you 10 of my personal favorite ones from this year. So yeah, before we get started with this video, ladies and gents, if you guys can please leave a like on this video. If you guys like what you saw, please subscribe for more content. It helps out this channel a lot. When you do subscribe, make sure you hit that little notification bell next to the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any content I post on this channel. Please share my channel and my videos to all your friends, families, cats, and dogs, and whoever who nots. And you guys can all follow me on Twitter at Baytuh, Baytuh. If you all want to keep supporting me even further than just subscribing to my YouTube channel, leave it a like, share my channel and my videos to all your friends and families. Please consider donating some of your extra monies you have lying around to my Patreon and or PayPal and or the YouTube Super Thanks. That is patreon.com/Baytuh and or paypal.me/Baytuh and or the YouTube Super Thanks. All you have to do is click on any one of my videos that are monetized, which is 99.9% of them. Then hit that little money heart thanks button and donate however much you want. Any and all donations, ladies and gents, are much appreciated, and it's 100% completely optional. And with all that being said, ladies and gents, without further ado, let's get started.
My name is Zoe Walker. Not so long ago, I wanted to be a journalist. Now, I just want to hold my breath and sink.
Number 10 on my list, As Dusk Falls. The funny thing is about As Dusk Falls, it doesn't really reinvent the wheel in any special way when it comes to this gameplay. Like, it's basically by the numbers, kind of like Telltale's Walking Dead or Detroit Become Human, like picking your choices and seeing how it affects everyone and everything around you, with lots of quick time events. But again, that's not the special thing about As Dusk Falls. The best thing, the special thing, the unique, amazing, brilliant thing about this game is its gripping crime drama narrative about a heist gone very wrong and two families trying to stick together and survive during all of that chaos. And that's where the beauty of this game comes in, ladies and gents. You get the cool opportunity to play both sides, both families. One family that has committed the heist that quickly went terribly wrong very quickly, and you get to play as another family who's just trying to have a nice relaxing vacation and trying to get away and solve some of their problems from their past, but unfortunately they end up getting caught up in the heist. And this is where a lot of tough choices have to be made for desperate people trying to survive a desperate situation. And that's why I appreciate the most about As Dusk Falls, because like I said, you have to make a lot of tough choices for a lot of these desperate people in this dire situation that they're in for both families. Rather, if it's something as small as cleaning some stuff off of your glass table, that can lead to big ripple effects to some of the major characters in the game, or even if it seems like a big major choice, it ends up being something small and minute and not that big of a deal, or once again something as small as either walking your dog or staying with your family. As Dusk Falls is a masterclass in branching narratives with very flawed, unique, and relatable characters that also can be sympathetic, with its sad and gripping story about trauma and desperation has left its mark on me. And that's why, ladies and gents, As Dusk Falls, from its storytelling, the many branching narratives, the choices, the tough decisions that you have to make, and its very relatable characters, is number 10 on my list.
What are you staring at, dork? Oh, yeah, right. Me and Gene, best buds. We had a real bonding moment a little while ago when I was helping him stuff a bag of dicks down his throat.
Yeah, dream on, kid. I hope your sister gets space chlamydia.
Number 9 on my list is High on Life. Look, honestly, if I could like show you guys like what does Vibin looks like High on Life is basically Vibes the video game. It's just a very relax, kick back, prop up your feet, and enjoy this really funny ass video games, and maybe do some dooba on the side as well. My culture people would know what that means, or probably not. Maybe I'm the only one who knows what's up. Anyway, I think this game is really great in delivering its humor. It's very captivating. It really sucks you in, just like Gus does with his suction cut. Like he's a frog that has he can suction cut people in, and you can blow them away with his shotgun ability, which is pretty stinking awesome. This game's humor, like I said, it's pretty freaking great. The environments are very colorful, very bright. You really want to take the time to explore every nook and cranny in the game, because there's a lot of secrets and cool stuff to see. And the voice acting, in my personal opinion, is top notch. And once again, I do have to shout out the humor and writing. Even though I know it's the creators behind Rick and Morty developed this game, I've never watched Rick and Morty. Only saw a few clips on YouTube. I could definitely say that fans of Rick and Morty would most certainly like this game. Definitely with its politically incorrect humor, that it's really top notch in this game. Plus, it's hilarious story with hilarious writing and secrets to find. High on Life is a really good game. So yeah, going back once again, High on Life has hilarious writing, hilarious dialogue, really amazing voice acting, surprisingly solid gameplay with a really cool gameplay loop, really cool vibing music, and actually sometimes challenging fights and boss fights. High on Life is a really great experience to play through, with its secrets, beautiful level design, and beautiful design period, with everything from its characters, the different types of aliens, and the scenery, the locations you go to. That's why, ladies and gents, High on Life is number 9 on my list.
God, it's like a fucking bomb that's exploding with love for my papa. Oh, like a fucking bomb. What is that? Oh my God, what's going on? What is that thing that's appearing? Holy shit, is that from the love that's happening? Oh my God, holy shit. I'm like ejaculating, if you know what that means.
Wow, that was beautiful.
Holy
I guess.
me.
Free labor, free labor, free labor, free labor, free labor.
Free labor indeed, ladies and gents, and that's why New Tales from the Borderlands is number 8 on my list. Now look, I know what some of you guys might be thinking. How can you put this game on your list? A lot of buzzword words that I personally freaking hate, like woke, and SJW. I think all that is fucking silly. I think New Tales from the Borderlands is a very great, excellently written video game, just like its predecessor, Tales from the Borderlands, which was honestly I would argue just as underrated as New Tales from the Borderlands, and people didn't play it until a lot later on. I will say that New Tales from the Borderlands did run the risk of ruining what Tales from the Borderlands set up, because it didn't really follow up with any of the characters or any of the storylines from that game. But in all honesty, this game just proves that the Borderlands universe is big and bombastic, and it can tell different unique stories through different and unique and interesting characters, which New Tales from the Borderlands exceeds in spades, in my personal opinion. Even though the quick time events isn't the best in this game, I would say, ladies and gents, but that's not the main draw of New Tales from the Borderlands. The main draw is the intriguing, unique characters, the story and the narrative, how it all fits in, how it connects to the greater Borderlands universe, the mysteries, the secrets, and the humor, which can be really hit or miss, but I personally think it hits way more than it misses, just like other Borderlands Borderlands games. So yeah, I do think that new Tales from the Borderlands is a worthy successor to Tales from the Borderlands that tells a really good story about family and friendship and relying on those loved ones so you can get ahead in this batshit insane universe that is Borderlands. So yeah, while the QTE stuff and new Tales from the Borderlands isn't the best, the story, the characters, the fully fleshed out dimensional characters, I would say, that are really unique and interesting and very well acted, and the story being really well written and a worthy sequel once again, or successor I should say, to Tales from the Borderlands and worthy of the Borderlands name. That's why, ladies and gents, new Tales from the Borderlands is number 8 on my list.
I just want you to know that I hate you, and this has not made me respect you more at all.
Oh no, my feelings.
So that one guy's head, right?
Number 7 on my list is Sifu. If I could boil down Sifu into a few words, it's basically a brawler version of Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. It is extremely hard in my personal opinion, but also extremely rewarding once you get down the right moveset to take down the right enemies. Look, Sifu is a epic power fantasy martial arts game where you can live out some really great scenes like the hallway scene in Daredevil Season 1 or many moments in Ip Man. There's so many opportunities to like play out in this game that I really do enjoy. Plus, again, it's so freaking rewarding where you go through a level without taking damage, which is very hard, by the way. For me at least, I most certainly have watched those videos on YouTube where people just clear some of the hardest level and beat some of the hardest bosses without getting hit, which is really, really impressive to me. So yeah, while Sifu is at the forefront of martial art video games, in my personal opinion, because I cannot think of any other martial art video games that are actually good, ladies and gents, hopefully in the future we get more games like Sifu. It doesn't have to be brutally difficult like Sifu, but I want combat to be more like Sifu because it's really fun and intriguing. So hopefully developers dive deeper into the world of martial arts, show different aspects of martial arts, because I think that it would make for some really interesting stories to tell and really great gameplay to play. So yeah, Sifu, while it does tell a tried and true revenge tale about avenging your master, it also has really fun, addictive, and brutal combat that's also rewarding, and of course amazing and brutal bosses to play up against, and of course hard ass enemies, and of course once again I'm gonna say of course once again because of course amazing level design, amazing levels to play through, and amazing music to listen to while playing through and beating the asses off enemies to get your blood pumping and boiling. It's a really great experience in my personal opinion. So yeah, ladies and gents, Sifu is number 7 on my list.
I do not want to fight you. That feeling of vengeance, it will not cease here. I speak from experience. Now leave, or be forced to.
Have mercy. We were in for it here.
Number 6 on my list is Metal Hellsinger. Goodness gracious, what a surprise, amazing game this is. One of the best first-person shooters I honestly have played, and first-person shooters are my bread and butter. I love them so much. Like, one of my favorite franchises are Call of Duty and Halo. Actually, Halo being my favorite video game franchise. I love the uniqueness that Metal Hellsinger brings to the first-person shooting genre, where this genre definitely needs it because it is my favorite genre to play around with. I love how amazing not only the music is in this game, but the diverse arsenal of weaponry that you get in this game to take down Hell's Army, the demons in this game, from bosses to big enemies, little enemies, medium-sized enemies. Of course, the level design, the circles of hell, very unique, cool looking. I love it so stinking much. And also, ladies and gents, I'm so happy and fond of the uniqueness. Again, killing, shooting, dodging, bobbing and weaving to the rhythm, to the beats of the music that plays is pretty stinking awesome. It's kind of hard to, when you first play it, it is kind of hard to, get used to it, but when you do get used to it, when you chain together, you're shooting, you're reloading, you're dodging and everything, and getting after the focus. I think that's what it's called, the focus upgrade, to up the fury, your fury level, so the full lyrical versions of the music play to get you hyped, even more hyped to go around and do all that stuff and chain it all together. It comes together to be one of the best gameplay experiences ever, in my personal opinion. And as someone who doesn't listen to that much heavy metal music or rock music in general, all the music in this game, in my personal opinions, ladies and gents, are what's the term that kids use nowadays? Fires and bops. All the music in this game are bops and fires and bops. I should know these terms, these hip terms, because I'm just 27 years old, so I guess I should be in the know with this stuff. Anyways, so yeah, ladies and gents, Metal Hellsinger, that's why it's number 6 on the list. From gameplay, music, scenery, it's all a lot of first-person shooter goodness. Number 5 on my list is Horizon Forbidden West. Not only has Guerrilla Games done another great job with Horizon this time around, but they done an amazing job building upon the foundation that they set with Horizon Zero Dawn. Not only the open world being a lot bigger and better, in my personal opinion, compared to Horizon Zero Dawn, but the gameplay, the combat, your equipment, the weapons you get and craft so you can face on the tougher enemies in this game, it's pretty stinking awesome, in my personal opinion. Also, the amount of diverse robots that Guerrilla Games put into this game, rather it's the giant turtle tortoise robot killing machine, which is so freaking awesome. My personal favorite monster machine to fight in this game, but adding underwater creatures as well. Like the diversity between your gameplay, your play style, and the enemies in this game makes it a worthy sequel, in my personal opinion. And Jesus goodness Christ, I can't talk about Horizon Forbidden West without talking about how good it looks. I would argue that Horizon Forbidden West is the best looking game of 2022. It is drop dead OMG gorgeous. Plus, when you add upon the music in this game, oh my goodness, Aloy's theme while you're traveling around the world of Horizon Forbidden West, it's really great. Another great thing about Horizon Forbidden West, ladies and gents, is the characters. I'm so glad that Guerrilla Games added way more diverse characters. They're way more intriguing, have way more depth and personality. And definitely when it comes to Aloy, one of the best things about Aloy in this game is that she starts to open up to other people. Like, she starts relying on them, relying on other characters that she even met in Horizon Zero Dawn. Not only gaining their friendship, ladies and gents, but valuing her friendship with those characters, with her loved ones, her friends, her allies, and trusting and relying on them to help her and her mission and her goal to save humanity from the red bubonic plague thingy the big goober in Horizon Forbidden West, which I totally forgot the name for, and also help stop the humanoid earthling extraterrestrial people who used to live on Earth. I totally forgot their name, the Xeons or something like that. I'm really happy that Aloy got the chance to grow as a character, so she's not the whole lone wolf thing, like I'm the only one that can help, prevent human extinction, like the weight of the world's problems on my shoulders. But no, but she could share that weight, that burden with other people to help her out so she could be way more successful, way more victorious in the future. So with a way more diverse weapon arsenal that adds a lot to your play style, wherever how you want to play, tons of new, unique, and diverse robot monsters that are really difficult to fight, that adds to some really cool, challenging gameplay moments. There are some of them are kind of easy to fight, and of course the beautiful, drop dead gorgeous, amazing graphics and amazing music, and of course way more intriguing and in-depth characters. That's why, ladies and gents, Horizon Forbidden West is my number 5.
I'm running out of time, Elizabeth. The land is dying. People are suffering. Soon, they'll starve. All because of a terraforming system that's spiraling out of control.
Right in the pocket. Stay with it.
Check. Coming in hot. Brace for impact. Time to target. 5 seconds. Termination in 3, 2,
1. Direct. Target destroyed.
Number 4 on my list is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2's 2022's campaign. Now look, I know this might be controversial because it's Call of Duty, same game every year, blah, 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 blah. I don't care about that. I love Call of Duty. It's one of my favorite franchises ever, and I think that Infinity Ward did a really amazing job with MW2 this time around. Of course, the original Modern Warfare 2, classic when it comes to the campaign, the multiplayer, all of it. But I honestly think that the campaign in Modern Warfare 2 2022 is actually superior to its original, to its counterpart. Except for in one part, I think the Great Betrayal was done way better in 09 than it is in 2022, but that's just my personal opinion. But everywhere else, I think it's actually a lot better. Not only does the sound design, of course, is way more punchier, the guns are way punchier, way more lifelike, way more realistic. I think the music is amazing. The main theme for Modern Warfare 2 is pretty freaking awesome. The gameplay, the set pieces, way more bombastic and better than ever, and the characters being really great. Infinity Ward, I'm so glad that they added personality to all of them. Like, definitely when it comes to Ghost and Soap, and Ghost in particular, like a perfect example is, why did we all love Ghost back in the day in MW2 09? Like, he was, you know, basic, you know, cool looking character, I guess. Like, probably the same reason why we all loved Emil in Halo Reach back in the day, because he wore his cool skull helmet. Well, in MW2 09, Ghost wore a really cool skull mask. That was about it, but there's a lot more personality under that mask this time around. Plus, I'm really glad that they made Ghost Soap superior this time around, and we have a lot of great big brother little brother dynamics between them. And of course, the more character growth with Laswell and Price and Gas all around, it's really freaking cool. So yeah, from the gameplay, sound design, main theme music, the characters this time around, that's why Modern Warfare 2 2022's campaign is my number 4 game of 2022. Oh, and one thing about the multiplayer, the new perk system sucks ass.
We're not 1-4-1 and lost for Keros on this. We're a team. Ghost team. Good to see you again, Salman. If you're in, take a mask. If you're not, don't.
I know you're lost and scared, but I'm with you.
I'll do whatever it takes. I want to see you.
Number 3 on my list, ladies and gents, is A Plague Tale Requiem. Overall, I would say pound for pound, A Plague Tale Requiem is the best narrative game I've played in 2022. This game is amazing, bar none, ladies and gents. Like from its story, characters, Amicia and Hugo, the set pieces we play through, the locations we visit, and the music. The music in this game really adds so much dynamic and also adds to the story a lot, to a degree that I feel like the music also tells us the story of this world. It tells the story of Amicia and Hugo, the trials and tribulations that they go through, the challenges that they go through. Like the music, it's hauntingly beautiful, but it's filled with so much woefulness as well, but with some happiness and joyfulness peppered throughout it. And that basically sums up, you know, a lot of what goes on in A Plague Tale Requiem. And another thing that actually sums up the story, the journey that Hugo and Amicia goes on, is that how much their life is so unfair. Like these kids do not deserve anything that's happening to them. Like all they want to do is just live in peace with their family, with their loved ones, with their friends. But unfortunately, Hugo is stricken with this curse that can possibly kill him and also destroy the world, which is very unfortunate. And Amicia, being an amazing character in this game, goes through hell, goes through anything. She does anything and everything she can to find a cure to save her brother, because he's the most important thing in her life. Like to the point that her mindset turns into a eat or be eaten. Like no matter what, my brother is first and foremost at the top of my head. I would do anything. I would kill, hurt, steal from anybody to make sure Hugo is safe and sound. There's also many character moments in this game, ladies and gents, that just shows how far Amicia is willing to go for Hugo, to the degree of Amicia not even listening to Hugo. Like when there are moments where Hugo doesn't want to go to a place or doesn't want to push forward, just wants to just stay and live in peace in this one place because he feels happy. But Amicia is like, no, if they do stay in this one place, Hugo will die. And Amicia has failed as an older sister looking after her little brother, so that's why they do push forward, even if it's against Hugo's wishes. And in doing so does cause some death and destruction, unfortunately, and she has to live with those consequences. There's also moments in this game, ladies and gents, where Amicia is the older sister that Hugo desperately needs. Not the sister that's going out that would stop at nothing to find the cure for Hugo, but the sister that's there for him when he's happy, when he's sad, where he just needs her by his side, just to live in the moment, just live, you know, just be, you know, happy for just even if it's just a little bit. And those moments are most important to Hugo. Those moments are the ones that he holds dearest to his heart. Wherever the conclusion, wherever the outcome of his journey, of his life is going to be, those are the moments that he needs the most. And Amicia does give it to him to a degree. So yeah, that's why A Plague Tale Requiem is number 3 on my list.
He's coming!
Ha! Bloody brambles! You're going too fast for me.
Come on, sorcerer, catch us!
Hey, slow down. You'll exhaust our villain.
This is your tower. It's evil.
Doesn't he ever get tired? I really should get back to studying.
Come on, we had a long journey today. Please, Mother said to try to exhaust him. Be brave, sorcerer. Your fight is far from over.
No.
Don't take all day.
About time.
Number 2 on my list, ladies and gents, is God of War Ragnarok. Look, if you want big, over-the-top, badassery moments, this game has it. Do you want heartfelt, character-driven, subtle moments that make you feel, cry, be happy, or be like, OMG, I can't believe that just happened? This game has it. Or you just want freaking badass, awesome gameplay moments? Well, this game has it. God of War Ragnarok has it all, ladies and gents. From gameplay, from story, from characters, from locations. Like, it has it all. Like, Sony Santa Monica really outdid themselves with God of War Ragnarok. While I do think that the latter half of the third act is a little rushed, definitely when it comes to the big goober at the end, that still does not take away from all of the amazing moments from, 15 plus hours prior to that. Like, God of War Ragnarok is a masterpiece of a game. Like, sure, it's more or less gameplay wise the same, but you have the added addition of the spear, which adds way more gameplay versatility to your arsenal, which is very freaking cool. And the story, the story is amazing. Not only is it about, stopping the end of the war, or end of the world, Ragnarok, it's also about letting go, saying goodbye to your loved ones, like actually finding peace with yourselves. Before I continue on to the next section of this video, ladies and gents, I do want to point out and say, like, one of my favorite moments in God of War Ragnarok that perfectly encompasses the character growth from God of War 2018 to God of War Ragnarok when it comes to some of the characters, Kratos in particular, which the timeline between 2018 and Ragnarok is, I think, 2.5, 3 years to like 3.5 years, I think, one of those three things, is that Kratos actually starts to feel very comfortable and relaxed around the characters in Midgard that he's known for the last few years. Like, he's actually laughing and smiling at Mimir's jokes and calling him brother multiple times in his journey, in the Ragnarok journey, which is very heartfelt and special because, again, we know his tragic and sad backstory and history, and him hating and not trusting anyone from his past, to now him trusting and being relaxed and comfortable around Mimir, to Brog and Sindri and even Freya. Like, it's really awesome and amazing to see, and definitely seeing Atreus grow from boy in 2018 to young man, young warrior, to God of War Ragnarok, him making decisions and living with the consequences with those decisions. And see him journey out and grow into his own, and finding his own path to see what he wants to be, what kind of man, what type of warrior he wants to be in the future. So yeah, ladies and gents, God of War Ragnarok is number 2 on my list.
Ready yourselves.
And for my game of the year for 2022, Elden Ring. Look, From Software has another hit on their hands, another masterful hit, 10 out of 10, bar none in my personal opinion. From sound design, the music, oh my goodness, the music, from random fights, boss fights, just the scenery, it's just freaking amazing. The gameplay is pretty fun, even though I've been pretty outspoken how much I'm not too much of a fan fan of Souls-like combat. I mean, my favorite Souls-like combat is Neo 1 and Neo 2, but this one is pretty doable. I really enjoy it. But I think where this game shines the most is discoverability, the secrets. I think the story, I think, is freaking amazing, even though there's a huge debate online if Elden Ring has a good narrative or not, which I think is silly. Like, I think it has a great narrative, but that's neither here or there at the moment. And the bosses themselves, what From Software is known for a lot, the bosses are freaking spectacular. From finding the hardest boss in probably video game history, Millennia Blade of Mikola, to finding easy bosses like the Tree Sentinel, which I think is personally he's kind of easy, or even the Tree Sentinels. This game's bosses are, can range from the toughest shit in the world to the easy peasy lemon lime squeezy easy, you know what I mean? It's pretty stinking awesome. I do want to quickly circle back to gameplay, discoverability, and narrative really quick, ladies and gents. And one of the things I really do appreciate that From Software did in this game when it comes to gameplay is that they made different play styles viable in Elden Ring. Like, we could make a 100% mage wizard build, and guess what? It would be viable to take it down all bosses, all enemies in the game, which is really cool, unlike in other games, because in other From Software games, because in those games we're basically doing the same thing. Like, we're doing mostly melee builds, like melee attacks with some magic here and there, but in this game it's magic is really super viable, which is really cool. Or we could do the classic melee build, which is awesome as well, or we could do both. Like, the versatility in your gameplay play styles is really stinking awesome. I love that. And going back to discoverability right quick, I do appreciate how much depth this game has, to the point where even the secret areas in this game has secret areas, and those secret areas have secret dungeons and hidden passageways and all that stuff. It's so cool. I love it so much. And when it comes to narrative, I do think that, surface level, the main narrative of the game, you get all the shards of the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord. It's pretty simple, but I think where the narrative shines the most, ladies and gents, isn't necessarily the main stuff, which is interesting in and of itself, but I think where it shines the most when it comes to the narrative, the story, the characters, is the side stuff. Either it's from Rainy the Witch, like her ordeal and how she fits in with Melina and Marika and even Radigan, or Renala, or the tragic backstory of the lonesome dung eater, or finding out more about the Omen twins, Morgana and Moog, and why does Moog pray to an outer god of blood, and why does he have Mikola's egg, which is all freaking weird. And speaking of the outer gods, like, why do the outer gods have so much influence in the lands between, like, even though it's mostly the Great to Will? And speaking of the Great to Will and the fingers and stuff like that, like Marika, why did she shatter the Elden Ring, and how is she connected to the Black Knife Assassins, and was she part of the plan? Like, did she help orchestrate the Night of the Black Knives? Like, what is going on here? Like, there's so many mysteries and secrecy in Elden Ring, and 6 months removed from the game, it's so cool that we still have many unanswered stuff and very few answered questions. So yeah, from gameplay, versatility, from music, the bosses, the hype, the discoverability, the secrets, the stories, the characters, that's why, ladies and gents, Elden Ring is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece and my game of the year for 2022. So what do you all think about my top 10 games of 2022 list? Do you agree, disagree? Do you love it, hate it, somewhere in the middle? Let me know in the comment section down below. That's a comic. I might say comment. I see some people on the YouTubes calling it the doobly doo. I have no idea what the fuck that means. So I'm just, okay, put it in the doobly doos what you think and whatnot. And also post your top 10 games of 2022 in the comment section down below, or tweet at me at Beta. I want to read it. I love video games. Video games are freaking awesome. And this year has been a huge banger of some really great video games. Anywho, ladies and gents, in terms of content, what's next for this channel? Well, that's it for 2022. This is actually my last video of 2022. I won't be back until January 5th, 2023, which is actually next Thursday. That gives me a good, hard, nice, long week off, so I can relax and recharge all my batteries, so I can come back on January 5th with a brand new walkthrough. I have no idea what that's going to be. But speaking of walkthroughs, ladies and gents, like I said in my channel post update, that my Witcher 3 next gen update walkthrough will be on hiatus until 2023. Sometime I would say in January, before the big games come out. I would say the second week of January. So that first week it's going to be all dedicated to my brand new walkthrough. Like I said, I have no idea what that's going to be, but it ought to be really exciting. Brand new year, brand new beta, brand new walkthrough. But ladies and gents, on a serious note, thank you. Serious note, ladies and gents, thank you all for the love and support, not only on this video, but on my other videos, my walkthroughs, and on my channel as a whole throughout 2022. Thank you all so freaking much at the bottom of my heart. I had plenty of ups and downs this year. I mean, the biggest down is I got hacked back in October, but now I am back bigger, better than ever. I mean, hopefully I'm not bigger. I think I lost some weight, but anyways, yes, ladies and gents. And also a huge high note, we hit 50,000 subscribers on this channel, which is really freaking cool because I've been doing this job. It's been a very long and hard journey, ladies and gents, but it's also been a really great and fun one. And I wouldn't be here without all of your love and support. So thank you from the bottom of my heart once again. So yeah, before I let you guys all go for the final time for 2022, if you guys can all please leave a like on this video if you guys like what you saw. Please subscribe for more content. It helps out this channel a lot. Also, when you do subscribe, make sure to hit that little notification bell next to the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any content I post to this channel. Please share my channel and my videos to all your friends, families, cats, and dogs, and whoever who nods. And you guys can all follow me on Twitter at Baytuh, B-A-Y-T-U-H. And if you want to keep supporting me even further than just subscribing to my YouTube channel, leaving a like, sharing my channel and my videos to all your friends and families, please consider donating some of your extra monies you have lying around to my Patreon and or PayPal and or through YouTube Super Thanks. That is patreon.com/Baytuh, B-A-Y-T-U-H, and or paypal.me/Baytuh, B-A-Y-T-U-H, and or through YouTube Super Thanks. All you have to do is click on any one of my videos that are monetized, which is 99.9% of them. Hit that little money heart thanks button, donate however much you want. Any and all donations, ladies and gents, are much appreciated, and it's 100% completely optional. And once again, ladies and gents, for the final time for 2022, my name is Malcolm, also known as Beta, and I will catch you guys all in 2023. Peace, thank you all for watching, and have a very happy, healthy new year. Be safe, y'all.
Let us go together. My dear consort eternal.